Hi everyone! Today I'm here with my June wrap-up. In the month of June I only read 4 books, one of which was an audiobook, but whatever. So the first book that I managed to finish in the month of June was Percy Jackson and the Battle of the Labyrinth by Rick Riordan, which is the 4th book from this series. I'm slowly getting my way through it. This book was really good. I really enjoyed it and I think it was one of my favorite books from the series. I feel like there was a lot going on in this. And I quite like the idea of the labyrinth and what exactly happened there. So I don't know what else to say about it without spoiling it, but as usual, Rick Riordan's books, at least Percy Jackson, is really humorous, very sort of adventurous, take you out in a different world, sort of. And obviously learning more about Greek mythology is always cool. So yeah, I really enjoyed it and I gave this book 4 stars. The second book I managed to finish in June, I think I started it in May, so mostly I read it in May, but that was The Muse by J.C. Burton. This is the author of The Miniaturist. This is set in 1967 in London, but there's also another storyline that is set in 1936. So there are 2 storylines and it is kind of historical fiction. The first storyline, which is set in 1967, is about this girl who gets a place in a London gallery. She works there and then one day they find a masterpiece, and one of the women who work there seems to know a lot more about it than other people do, but she doesn't want to reveal it necessarily. I think I'm going to do a full review on it, so I'm not going to go into much detail in this book. But I think I enjoyed this book a bit more than I enjoyed The Miniaturist. I gave this book 3 stars. I'm not sure what it was. At first I was enjoying it, but I think it feels a bit like it was going a bit too slow. And I usually seem to have different problems with her books, one or the other. I will go into detail about it more in my review, which I hopefully will eventually film. But yeah, at some point, closer to halfway through, I just needed a break from this book and then I didn't want to come back to it for some reason, but then one day I just decided that I want to finish it, and I finished it several days later. But like I said, I gave it 3 stars and I think that this author is probably not for me. I don't know if she writes anything else, if I'll be interested in that or not. We'll see. But I sort of enjoyed it more, but at the same time I gave it a lower rating. So I don't know. The third book that I finished was this Poems by Alexander Pushkin, which is a Russian poet. Obviously it is a tiny little book. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. When I was at school I hated poetry, I hated reading classics, Russian classics. Now though, I can understand why this poet is considered to be great and how the way he uses the language is really good and beautiful. And I get the meaning of his poems as well, so I think reading it as a grown-up is a lot better idea than when I was a teenager. So I enjoy this book. It isn't on Goodreads, so I can't really rate it, but if I could, I probably would have given it 3 stars. So now I don't feel that bad about Russian classics, and so maybe one day I will give it a go, some other Russian classics, because now I'm more interested in it. And the last book that I finished was The Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller, I think. And like I said, I listened to that book as an audiobook. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was really interesting. I can't really explain the plot to you, but it is basically a pirate sort of fantasy-ish book, YA fantasy pirate book. It was really kind of fluffy and cute, very light-hearted, something that I needed. I haven't read something like that for a while, apart from Percy Jackson obviously. So it was absolutely perfect. And now I'm listening to the second book, which I'm actually enjoying a lot more. And I'm thinking of buying these books as physical copies because I'm really enjoying it. And I haven't felt this for a while, but after listening to some of the audiobook, I want to come back to it straight after. So I keep thinking about the second book all the time. I'm really enjoying it that much. So yeah, it was quite a lot of fun, fluffy, nice, light-hearted book. So yeah, these are all of the books that I finished in the month of June. Please tell me which books you've read in the month of June. What was your favorite book of the month of June? And if you read any of the books that I just mentioned. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.